नमस्ते। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself, Dr. Gaurav Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. Our today's topic is infanticide and child abuse. So, what are the laws related to infanticide in India? In case of India, there is no specific or special act, and as such, there is no distinction between the murder of newborn infant and that of any other individual. That means there is no difference in the murder of a newborn or any person of any age. So rules and punishments for both are same. Feticide is the killing of the fetus at any time prior to birth. So before the fetus has come out from the uterus, killing of that fetus is known as feticide. And filicide is the killing of a child by its parents. Neonaticide is the deliberate killing of a child within 4 weeks of its birth. So once the child has come out from the uterus, if it is killed within 4 weeks of its birth, then it is known as neonaticide. And infanticide does not include the death of fetus during labor when it is destroyed by craniotomy or decapitation. So infanticide is not uh, covering the death of fetus if the death of the fetus occurs during the labor or when it is destroyed by craniotomy or decapitation. Motive. What is the motive? What is the aim behind killing the fetus or infant? So infanticide is rare and usually committed by a young unmarried woman or widow. Usually infanticide is very rare and most common cause is social cause. When a young unmarried woman gives birth to a child, gives birth to an infant, or a widow gives birth to a infant. Infanticide is usually committed at the time of or within a few minutes or hours after the birth. The alleged mother should be examined for signs of recent delivery and her mental condition should be noted in such cases. In case of the child, the points to be decided are whether the child was stillborn or deadborn, whether the infant has attained viability or not, whether the child was born alive, if born alive, how long did the child live, what are the cause of death. So in the case of death of infant or a murder of infant, there are some points that should be considered and that should be examined very carefully, that whether the child was stillborn, that or deadborn, that at the time of birth he was not live, or whether the infant has attained viability or not, or whether the child was born alive or not, was he live at the time of birth or not, and if born alive, how long for the duration the child lived, what was the cause of death, was it natural or was it criminal, was it unnatural. Now the legal aspects of infanticides. Infanticide is charged under Section 302 of IPC, which is punishable by death penalty or imprisonment of life and fine. The causing of the death of living child in mother womb may amount to culpable homicide, and if any part of that child has been brought forth, though the child may not have breathed or completely born, is punishable under Section 299 of IPC. Any person who does an act with intent to prevent the child being born alive or to cause it to die after birth, except done in good faith for the purpose of saving the life of mother, is punished with imprisonment up to 10 years with or without fine under Section 315 of IPC. So if any person does any act to prevent the birth of a live child or to cause its death after birth, except in those cases where the life of mother is in danger and to save it the child cannot be saved simultaneously, then it is exception. Otherwise it is punishable with imprisonment up to 10 years with or without fine. Any person who does an act causing death of quick unborn child would be guilty of culpable homicide and punished with imprisonment up to 10 years and fine under Section 316 of IPC. For example, a person knowingly injure a pregnant woman and that injury causes the death of an unborn quick child, then he is guilty of the offense defined in this section. Infanticide does not include the death of fetus during labor when it is destroyed by craniotomy or decapitation. Now, in case of infanticide, the importance of post-mortem examination. The relative should identify the body and radiological examination should be done prior to autopsy. For this purpose, whole body radiographs are to be taken in AP position and lateral position. Photographs of the external features like frontal pictures of the entire body and close-up of the face and side of the head as well as other unusual aspects are to be taken. The procedure of autopsy is nearly the same as in adult except the certain variations. The presence of malformation is often the major consideration in case of infant and the dissection should be made to preserve anatomic relationship in order to define the abnormal anatomy. As it is similar, postmortem is similar in adult and infants, but the only care is to be taken about to note down the malformations if any present. And for that purpose, anatomical relationship is to preserve to define the abnormal anatomy. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.